An international protest movement has erupted after a Toronto police officer reportedly made a flippant comment back in January. Now, word is the officer said that women could avoid being raped by not dressing like sluts. Now, he's since apologized, but the reaction has been fierce. In response, those angered by the comments formed, quote, slut walks. Now, the first protest was in April in Toronto. Since then, people in other cities have taken up the cause. This past Saturday, about 2,000 protesters took to the streets of Boston. Now, it wasn't the first protest. It won't be the last, as others are already being scheduled. Joining me now with reaction are Grammy Award-winning artist Rebecca St. James and Fox News contributor, the one and only Tamara Holder. Guys, good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
All right, so I think we all agree. At least I would assume we agree. I don't think you can ever blame the victim. Ever.
No,
I mean,
never.
period, end of sentence. I don't care if it's late at night, they're in a bad neighborhood, what they're wearing, if they're naked. No means no. We all agree on that?
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so the officer apologized here. Tamara, should that officer be forgiven?
He didn't actually apologize, Sean. He was on campus, and he was supposed to teach these women about their dangers of being a woman on campus. He said that he was sorry that he offended some people. But the greater issue here is that there is an attack on women in general. Just because you're dressed provocatively does not mean that you welcome an abuser. And, you know, if you're a parent out there and you have a son, you should tell your son, if you ever touch a woman, you will go to prison. And if you have a daughter,
with that. We just all conceded that point. No one's disagreeing. You know, no means no.
But he didn't recant.
No one ever blame the victim. We all agree. But here's the question: is there? Look, I think of all the women in my life. The fact that rape happens is a horrifying thought. You don't want any woman to ever be a victim of this. So the question is there advice, if it's on a college campus, to the women in our lives that can reduce their risk, and are you allowed to talk about it? Rebecca.
You know, I mean, I absolutely agree with you that there is never an excuse, no matter how a woman is dressed, for a man to abuse a woman. I think there has to be responsibility, though, for what a woman is wearing, personal responsibility. I love the T-shirt, modest is hottest. I absolutely believe it. I got married 2 weeks ago to a holy hunk. I've lived out purity. I've spoken about it. I have a book about it. I have a song about it. Purity and modesty go hand in hand. I think when a woman is dressing in an immodest way, in a provocative way, she's got to think about what is she saying by her dress. Because to a lot of guys, and I just wrote another book about it called What Is He Thinking? I interviewed these guys, and they're saying,
you interviewed, one of them is me.
Yes, one of them is absolutely you. You're
disturbing.
in the book.
All right, but let me ask you this, but I want to stay specifically on this point.
They're asking for sex. They're asking for sex if they're dressing
women
immodestly.
Women are asking for sex by the way that they're dressed.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
44% of all girls who are raped are under the age of 18. This is a major problem that we have in society. When you have somebody like Christine O'Donnell who's saying that using a vibrator is, you know, cheating on her husband, or these ridiculous things, someone like Senator DeMint who says that sexually active unmarried women shouldn't be teaching, or somebody like Senator
Tamara,
Kyle
hold on
who
a second,
says
before you
that
finish
90% of all abortions
let me go back,
are by
because I don't have a lot of
Planned
time.
Parenthood.
Is there
an attack on
advice
women
that we can give to women to reduce their risk? And if the answer, what would the advice be, Tamara? What do you tell women that we love, how they can reduce their risk of being a victim? Is there anything you can say to them?
Absolutely.
What?
As somebody who sees violence every day, I would tell the women to be aware of the signs.
What is the advice?
Be aware of the signs of a violent person. Violent people exhibit behaviors all the time that they are going to attack. Be aware and be vigilant.
Can you stay away, for example, would it be wrong to say stay away from bad neighborhoods that are known for high crime rates, late at night? What other advice would you give, Rebecca?
Tamara, I mean, what are women saying by dressing provocatively? I mean, I think they're saying, I'm easy. I'm asking you to look at me as a sexual object rather than a woman worthy of respect. And I think these women that are marching and saying, I should be able to wear whatever I want and have absolutely no responsibility for it. Okay, do they want to be treated like a sexual object all the time? I disagree with you. What are they saying? These women mothers that are marching, what are they saying to their young girls?
Absolutely.
Yes,
we got to run. Last question. Tamara, would you advise your daughter not to dress provocatively?
No, I would tell my daughter to dress however she wanted and to be aware of the signs of an abusive person.
That is
It has
scary.
nothing to do with how you dress, but who you are inside.
Yeah, we
and
established
what
that. You don't blame the victim.
Offer.
I'm just asking, would you...
I think we as women need to be responsible for what we're wearing. I think we need to be responsible for what we're wearing and how it is impacting the men in our lives.
We got to run. Guys, good to see you both. Rebecca, Tamara, thank you. Time to check in with Martha McCallum.
Thank you.
She's sitting in tonight for Greta Van Susteren. Do you have those blue, pink, and yellow cards tonight?
No, I don't, but I got a lot of other things, and we're going to talk about coming up here on the show. Thank you very much, Sean. Arizona Governor Jan Brewer is here with us this evening. The governor's taking her illegal immigration law to the Supreme Court. She'll tell us about that. And Donald Trump, he is talking 2012. He's also talking tonight about Governor Chris Christie. Tune in for that. And also, Trump says you're fired to Star Jones, but wait till you hear what Star Jones has to say about Donald Trump. That's coming up, Sean.
And Star owes me an appearance on this show, and she chickened out.
We'll let her know.
All right. Let not your heart be troubled. Martha and for Greta coming up in 18 short minutes. Bob Beckel and our Great American Panel next. And tonight on our Great American Panel, he's a former Deputy Assistant Secretary of State, Fox News contributor, USA Today columnist. Bob Beckel is back. She, a former speechwriter for Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice. Elise Jordan is back, and he is best known for playing the character of one of my favorite series, Johnny Sack, on The Sopranos. And he has been nominated twice for the Screen Actors Guild Award. And actor Vince Curatola is with us. How you doing?
Hello, Sean.
You look like Johnny Sack.
You think so? Yeah.
With the purple.
I thought about that when I came out of the shower. I said, Sean's going to like purple.
I like it. I don't know if I...
Thank you.
It was a great choice.
Thank you.
Chris Wallace, great question. Hey, we can put a bullet in bin Laden's brain, but we can't use enhanced interrogations against Khalid Sheikh Mohammed.
All's fair in love and war.
All's fair in...
Absolutely.
Perfect, right?
Absolutely.
Should we, are we getting into a debate about enhanced interrogation?
Oh, he's about to go nuts in a minute, but I'm...
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough one. I want to learn more about, what the actual intelligence that enabled us to get the courier, that enabled us to get bin Laden, what era it came from, and I'm leaning towards, I think it came during the KSM interrogations.
I think between that and this guy, Libby, in a rendition black site, let's assume for a moment that that's all true. I have every confidence now. I think that it's pretty clear. Panetta indicated it was pretty true. Isn't that the right thing to do?
I don't know, Sean.
You worked for Condi.
I did, but my beliefs are obviously very separate. But I just don't know that the exact intelligence that merited the kill came from those times. And it could have.
What if it did? Would that make a difference?
But it shows that it's ineffective, and I think that it.
No, it shows that it is effective.
Well, in terms of our moral standing, though, in the world and what we say we're going to, what we stand for. And
so we can put a bullet in bin Laden's brain, but we can't waterboard somebody.
I don't know if I think waterboarding is technically that bad, although this is, obviously.
It's bad.
It's very, but I don't think that it's. Some of the other techniques are far, far worse, and.
It is. First of all, it's a ridiculous argument. The Republicans ought to stop whining. The reason you're bringing up this waterboarding thing is because Obama scored a big hit here.
Wait a minute. What did I say about that?
Well, listen to me for a second. It is immoral, it is wrong, and it doesn't work. That's the other side of it. The chief CIA interrogator went down to Guantanamo, and his report back was that enhanced interrogation techniques do not work. One.
Three
Two,
CIA directors said the opposite.
There is no evidence that this thing came from anybody who was waterboarded. And Lily was not waterboarded, by the way.
No.
Libby, rather, was not waterboarded.
Sleep deprivation, hard position.
I don't have a hard time with sleep deprivation.
It's good.
I mean, but waterboarding is a different story. That is torture. It is against everything we stand for.
What do you think?
And that may not be for what Vince stands for over here, because he stays in character all the time.
Don't take that from him.
I'm not taking anything from him. Whatever works. I don't give a damn.
I'm with you.
I don't care.
Wait a minute.
Whatever works.
Leave the gun, bring the canola.
It's intimidation. Because I'm going to tell you something. If there was a little village and my grandson was there and my wife and everyone else, and somebody said it's going to be attacked, but that's the guy who knows where and when and who's going to do it, I'm going to take a dull, rusty blade and I'm going to keep at him till he tells me. Because they're my main concern. I don't care about him.
But there was,
I'm with him.
But incorrect information also is elicited through torture, such as the weapons of mass destruction claim that was used in Colin Powell's speech. So I think that it is obviously a very slippery slope.
You know what? I'm trying, but how do you justify? We can put a bullet in the guy's brain.
You put a bullet in the head of the number one terrorist in the country who was backing into a room where there were guns, and you're not going to shoot him?
What's the difference with him and KSM?
Well, they've shown that you can get, through interrogation, you can oftentimes get better information through softer, more subtle.
What are you suggesting? They should have gone in and asked him for, give him his Miranda rights?
They killed 3 people before they got to him.
Well, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
We
can shoot people. What if it turned out it was the wrong house?
What does it look?
55-45. Obama.
Would you not have shot?
We do that all the time. There's collateral damage all the time. It's war. There's collateral damage.
Oh, collateral damage. We knew KSM was the mastermind of 9/11. Stick his head in water and keep it down there.
They saved 18.
We have to elicit the information. I don't know that sticking his head in the water is necessarily the best way to get it.
Leon Panetta and 3 CIA directors have said, former CIA directors, we got more intelligence from enhanced interrogations than all our intelligence agencies combined.
Most of it was bad.
You know what? It's their bad karma. You do bad things happen. None of these people, none of these camel jockeys ever should have started with us. This is what they get when they play with us. And it works.
Yeah, I see. So so we lose our moral standing, we break the law, and it's fine as long as because we want to be just like the quote camel junkies, right?
No, I want my
family I always wanted to be a mob guy and pretend I was a mob guy like you do. I mean, but so I'm not
called acting.
It is acting?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, more of the Great American Panel coming up straight ahead. And we continue with our Great American Panel. All right, for the sake of my blood pressure, I'm going to move on to the issue of the 2012. Is there anyone you like for the Republican nomination?
I like Chris Christie, but he's not going to do it.
All right, he's not running. But
no.
Who do you like after that?
Pawlenty.
Okay, who else?
Yeah,
Anyone else?
No, right now that's it.
Right now that's
it?
Rand Paul.
You like Rand Paul?
Yeah, I like Mitt Romney, too. I just think that health care could prove a problem down the road for him. But I do like Mitt Romney.
And let me ask you both before we get to him, because he has a good analysis. I know it's coming. Who do you think, give me the top 3 most electable people that could beat Obama?
Donald Trump.
No,
number one.
We need a businessman. We know why? The business of America is business.
He made one mistake.
He's an expediter.
I agree. I think he made one mistake recently. He can't use the F word in a speech.
No, he can't. You cannot make it silly. He cannot come out being a clown.
Well, he lacks a lot of class, which I had been saying for a while. But I think the number one person.
I don't think he lacks class. I just,
using the F word like that.
Frustrated.
No, I think
you've never used a curse word in your life?
Well, I have, but I wouldn't in a public forum talking about the presidency.
You know how
I have respect for the American presidency.
How self-restraint it takes for me not to curse at him every week?
No, General David Petraeus could beat President Obama, but he will not. But he will not run for president in 2012.
Well, he won't. Well, look, you're going to have.
By the way, maybe that's why he was appointed. Just a thought.
There is nobody in this field right now that's in a position to beat Obama. This a long time. Newt Gingrich, if he gets into the race, I think is a sleeper here because he can reinvent himself. People look at him as the former speaker, and the people around Washington say all the problems with Gingrich. The public doesn't know that, don't think about that, don't remember. Gingrich is smarter than everybody else in the field. He's got a very wide financial network. He's got a very wide volunteer network. The question in my mind is, can he have an unspoken thought? I mean, he just is. He doesn't have the discipline to stay on message because his mind works in such a way. But I would not rule him out. And the other person I worry about would be Huckabee.
How fascinating would a debate between Gingrich
and Obama? It'd be fascinating. It would be. But I would not rule out him or Huckabee if Huckabee gets in. I think those two. The rest of them, Donald Trump would get beat. They'd beat my record of losing 49 states. We get 50 with Trump.
No, you're wrong.
And,
you're wrong.
No.
I don't think you understand
these guys.
The price of gas will go down.
Well, I like the intellectual
anyway.
heft that Newt Gingrich brings to the race. I think that he is a serious candidate, and he's talking about serious ideas that need to be debated and discussed. I really like what he talks about in terms of government reform. However, I think the Republican Party needs a fresh new face, which is why Chris Christie is so exciting.
What if he put Chris Christie, if you like, both of you like him, or Marco Rubio on the ticket with him? Then you're creating, the next generation of conservatives.
I mean, there is 18 months and a lot can happen in 18 months. But right now, President Obama He killed Osama bin Laden. He is, he can ride that wave for a while.
And his polls on the economy are the lowest they've ever been in the low 30s.
What are his polls on the price of gasoline? This guy came to office $1.79. I paid. Now I paid $4.19.
No, that was not.
How is he the shepherd of the flock? I want to know.
That's when the Italians used to import the oil in here. Look, the fact is that Obama, any incumbent president, is going to be hard to beat.
James Gandolfino's coming right in.
Yeah, I know that.
You don't know what's behind you right now.
I said, leave the gun and bring the cannolis.
He's looking for it.
Look,
you're going to be swimming with bin Laden and the fishes.
Make an analysis
yeah,
here
go
about
ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This race is by no means over, but it is tough to beat an incumbent, and it's particularly tough to beat an incumbent with people like they've got out there right now, which is why you've got some heft with Gingrich. And I don't think, by the way, Mitt Romney's got legs to make the long run on it. I really don't.
I think Mitt Romney could be yet another duplication of the effort with Bob Dole and then with John McCain. These candidates, which John McCain was the failed 2000 nominee, and then running him again. And so we're running a race that's already been lost, and we need someone fresh and dynamic and who can really be a challenge. That's the question. That's the $1 million
Bobby
question.
Jindal.
I'm going to run.
I like Bobby Jindal
I'm running.
I like Bobby Jindal a lot.
I'm going to run.
The problem is they don't have anybody like that. And somebody fresh. Do you realize how soon it is between now and Iowa?
But I got to tell you something. I think any of these candidates that we've mentioned tonight can beat Obama. That's all the time we have left. Martha in for Greta. See you tomorrow night.